He is watching the he's looking at the... Give me a damn photo. He is looking at Andy Beyond's photo and is like, Andy, hides, breathing heavily, hides under the sheets.
Mm-hmm.
End.
Oh, so for sure.
Yeah. Hello.
Welcome back. Theys and thems to what is this?
It's called Boys Love.
We've had 2 weeks off. I don't even know what to do anymore. Boys Love. We are now officially recapping, hot off the press, a show that is just making waves, obviously. if we're nothing if not timely.
Yeah.
We are recapping 2021.
Wow, it's 21?
Yeah.
Wow.
Seminal Japanese classic. I actually don't know what the word seminal means. I say that every show we do, and I have no idea what that word means. Japanese
Stay in
classic.
school, girls.
Classic BL. My Beautiful Man. Woo!
My Beautiful Man.
So we're in for something because
everyone keeps talking about how freaky this show is.
Our Patreon, when we announced,
so I don't know what's going on,
went ballistic.
Yeah, everyone went crazy, and I'm like,
crazy.
We had just watched. Okay, if you're on Patreon, we had just watched My Love Mix Up. So we're like, oh, okay, another JBL one. Excited, more kind of like light and fluffy.
Because this is our second official JBL recap for YouTube. Yes. Our first being Cherry Magic back in 2023.
Watching a show that came out 2019.
When did Cherry Magic come out? I don't remember.
It was old.
Was it pre-pandemic?
That I don't know. Everything felt like it was after the pandemic.
Yeah. But yeah, so we're watching My Beautiful Man. We're recapping it.
My Beautiful Man.
We're doing 2 episodes at a time. We will even be watching season 2 and the
movie.
Film. So
because we were like, everyone says like you have to watch the whole thing.
Everyone said that's what the girlies always say. That's what they're all saying.
That's what they're saying.
So we'll be doing it.
So we're doing it.
You're right. We're watching. We're talking, and we're jiving.
Yeah.
Okay. How have you been in these 2 weeks that we've been off?
Busy.
Me too.
Yeah.
My Beautiful Man stars Hagiwara Riku as Hira Kazunari.
Period.
And Yagi Yusei as Kiyoi Su.
So we got Haru and Kiyoi.
Okay, those are our 2 main characters. We've got some others, but truly no one's been like really named yet.
Yeah.
Everyone's just kind of like the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
And the rest.
Ensemble.
Yeah. But it doesn't feel like an ensemble show. It is.
No. It's about these 2 characters.
It's about these.
For sure. So this show starts off with an animated opening sequence. How do you feel about this?
Good. I love it. I love a change in form. I love, and I was saying that the illustrations and the animation was really pretty. So almost like watercolor on paper.
It was like cut out,
yeah,
like watercolor cutouts. Yeah.
It was very pretty.
It was very pretty. Yeah. I loved this. And in the opening, our main character Hira, who we are going to follow on this journey, this is the voiceover that we are going to hear throughout the show. Because it's not a Japanese BL if they're not talking. If they're not talking.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what makes a Japanese BL. Just dialogue.
And say that,
spoken
queen.
Word, mama. Well, you kind of figure out that he's at the very least, he's shy.
Mm-hmm. He's shy.
He's Princess Winifred in
Mattress.
Once Upon a Mattress.
God. Hello.
Wake up, wake up, Pearl. Wake up, Jan.
Oh my God. What? Is this your first time? Is this your first time here?
Guys, he has me doing this. It's 3 a.m. right now. And he has me locked to this chair so he can do this.
Yeah. And by he means he.
Yeah, the duck.
The duck.
The duck. So in the opening, he explains that, like, he, at the very least, he's shy. At the most, he's...
Shy.
Well, I would go so far as to be like, at the most, he's like maybe neurodivergent, maybe
Yes.
like there's something going on, right?
It's not until later
That we find out it's definitely a stutter.
It's a stutter. So there is.
I don't think it's only a stutter, although maybe the stutter contributed to the personality he becomes because he's so shy. I mean, where the chicken and the egg, right?
Right.
So, and he also explains that people see the world as a world, but he sees it as a pyramid. This is a huge metaphor for the show. There are people on top. You want to be on top? Na, 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 na. And there are people on the bottom. There are tops, and there are bottoms. Is his worldview, honey. So, let's keep that in mind as we move forward. Hira is gifted a DSLR at the tender age of 11, I think he said.
Because his parents are like, well, here, if you can't kind of like connect with the world and like speak, have a camera.
He was speechless.
Yes.
Much like Princess Jasmine
in the live action.
Aladdin.
Yeah.
So he takes photos of things he likes out in the world. That's how he expresses himself. That's what we call creativity. That's what we call artistry. That's what we call culture. Some of you girls could never. But yes, it's definitely due to his stutter that he is at this disadvantage with relationships. We also find out right at the top. This is also. Can I just say this too? You know what I love about Japanese BL? Because, bitch, the pace
goes on. You find out the information, and you don't need to linger. It's just, here's the information.
Japanese BLs are like American TV, where they stick to a length of time.
Yes.
Each episode is the same length as the other episodes.
Absolutely.
They're all like 23 minutes long.
That's why I love watching them. There's a slice of life to it where it does feel like, you're just seeing the things in life happen.
And there's a truly like an economy of language, like, which is very funny to say really when like so much of it is actually voiceover.
Yeah.
But like there is an economy of like, you get to the heart of the scene so quickly and then you move on to the next scene. Just like other places that do BL that don't do that.
Oh.
And let it... Maybe she lingers a bit. Maybe the scenes just continue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe she explains a plot point to one character, but then another character comes in and says the exact same thing to that character.
Who did that happen to?
Your Sky.
When?
Just like, remember, like, because the girl was gone. And then, then she came and then like, hey.
Oh, yeah. Munfa was like coming
Tirak
in.
is missing.
Munfa was missing because he went. Him and who's the bottom in the
Hia.
Munfa and Hia like went to go get drinks, and so Babe was like, they went to go get drinks, and then they come in with the drinks.
Yeah.
And I was like, you could have just had them come in with the drinks. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, that's not gonna happen in Japanese BL.
Yeah.
Time is money.
Time is money, and you have a half-hour time slot. Okay, it's CBS, honey. And it's got to come in at 23, 22 because ads. And I'll say this too, just in terms of where we are in the episode. This is episode 1, by the way. Yeah. Okay.
I didn't say that. He's 17. His parents have left him alone in this house. They have moved to a different house. And I think we're supposed to glean that it's like you're finishing your last year of school, so... we don't want to take you away from this.
Yeah.
Can I tell you how not American this is? This is this is the high school equivalent of the little Japanese show with the kids with the flags that walk from like location to location by themselves.
And they're like, here,
just like go be your person.
It'll do you good. Do you some good to live by yourself.
To live alone. I don't think this character needs more alone time.
Yeah, I think that's kind of...
I actually think that's probably not good for him.
It's causing some issues.
I don't think his parents care. So, and for the plot to happen, we need him to be alone.
We need him to be alone, yeah. It's funny because, the dad's like, he'll be fine.
Yep.
And then they just leave.
And then they just leave. They just leave him.
They just leave.
Do you think you could have? I definitely could not have handled being alone in high school.
In high school?
Let's say senior year.
Senior year, I probably could have.
What would I have eaten?
But I was also a latchkey kid growing up, so. Well, like, I mean, I was a latchkey kid basically all of my time in America. So when I moved to 8th grade, my mom was always working nights anyway. So it was just my brother and I. And so it was just like, well, okay. What am I making for dinner tonight?
I would believe that a little more if I didn't know that you have a ton of family that also just like show up at your house.
Yeah. It didn't happen as much just because
you guys were the first ones to get here.
We were the first ones here and everyone was working. Like our family friends in Phoenix are all at the time were all nurses with my mom. Now that everyone's retired, it's like, yeah. Hey, you doing anything? Hey, what do you want to do? Blah, blah, blah.
It's the first day of class. They have to do class introductions. What is when you do a classic, tell us an interesting fact about yourself?
It's probably I was born in the Philippines. It's kind of built in. Either that was like in high school, I would say. College, it was that I tried out for American Idol once and didn't make it past that first
audition.
No, like the producer screening everyone.
Oh, you didn't even make it to.
I didn't make it to TV.
Randy, Paula, and Simon.
No, after Jordan won, they made one in Phoenix.
Famously, season 6 winner Jordan Sparks.
So it must have been 7 or 8. Because I want to say Saisha Mercado from season. Adam's already asleep. I think it was 8.
Did you know that American Idol, because she's back,
Wig. Oh my God, did you say Wig?
The second black man to ever win just won this past season.
That's
after
since Ruben
stuttered.
Girl,
Speaking of stutter.
Girl, he didn't stutter.
I'm just saying.
Stuttered.
You're
so stupid. Damn.
Isn't that crazy?
Girl, this is my sorry for 2004.
So he's doing class introductions. I would say that my interesting fact, let's make being gay chic again.
Oh, that would have been
let's I'm being facetious, by the way. Just to be clear. Let's make it like risky. So then I can be like, and I'm gay. And the girls will be like,
oh my God.
He's gay.
Anyway.
So while he's
alone.
While he's stuttering through this class introduction.
He cannot give,
Kiyoi walks in. Now, wait, is this a new school he's at? Because I just assumed he had been going to the school, but then everyone's shocked by how he talks.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay, so he's introducing himself, and Kiyoi, who is our other main character in the show, walks in late to class. And let me tell you, Mama, this...
Bad boy vibes, honey. Right away.
Is it even bad boy, or is it just, like, doesn't give it cool?
Too cool.
Just,
Tsundere.
Okay, so I looked it up.
Okay.
Tsundere.
Sure.
Tsundere.
Yeah.
And it means aloof and lovesick.
Oh.
That's the, like, how you break that word down in Japanese.
Lovesick.
Mm-hmm. Don't ask me past that.
Okay.
That's all I can tell you.
The lovesick is interesting because I guess
I've got a few things I'm gonna teach you today.
Oh, okay.
This is class.
Teach the children, honey.
Teach the children, walk them in nature.
Just because I think the lovesick part of it makes me think that it's like cold on the outside, but like warm and like actually caring on the inside. It's the
isn't that the trope?
Yeah, but here. Because we made the comment that like he feels like super cold.
I guess
super aloof. Like
I'm really so used to this character trope being an adult.
Oh, yeah, like the boss.
Yes, somebody
boss
at work,
romance,
something like that.
Yeah.
It's the same exact trope. I mean, I feel like when the high school stuff I watch doesn't usually have this energy, but that's because I watch lighter. A bit of a light affair.
Yeah.
A bit of a light
affair. Because,
like... Speaking of light affair, I watch Secret Crush on You.
Right.
Which is this.
This is
the show. It's the same show.
Just because in My Love Mix-Up, like, Ida was cold and aloof, but, like, not in, like, a cold way.
Right. I wouldn't call him cold.
Yeah.
I would call him inobservant. I would call him maybe. Well, we'll talk about it next week when we do our recap.
Yeah.
But definitely not the same vibe,
right.
for sure. With a trail of cherry blossoms.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I fucking loved this.
I was like, but then he like acknowledges one of them and like puts them away. So I'm like, oh, it's like tongue in cheek.
It's tongue in cheek.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Yeah,
because A, that's funny.
That's funny.
And then B,
that's funny.
That's funny. And really, at the end of the day, it's funny.
This is a comedy.
And I've always said that.
Yeah.
Immediately, Hira is like, oh my god, who is this hottie? Who is this kingy? Yeah. Literally king. Because he's like at the top of the pyramid. He's at the top of the pyramid. He's a king. Everybody wants to be him. Did you have where were you on the pyramid in high school?
It was tough because I was like active extracurricular. Like I was like speech and debate. I was choir, you know. I was doing the things, but I wasn't. So
the gay extras.
Yeah.
The gay extracurriculars.
But I wasn't like an exceptional student. I did well, but I wasn't like the top. I didn't take AP classes. I was just like. Me neither. I took one and I did not. Oh wait, I took two.
No, you took more than one because you didn't have to take AP. English. You didn't have to take that writing class freshman year. You did?
I didn't know how to apply my AP.
Girl.
No, I would probably say like middle. Because I did shows, I knew some of the popular people.
Well, we know what shows you tried to do. You tried to do American Idol.
I did, yeah.
I was on the shows. I went to a magnet high school for performing arts.
But you guys had like sports?
Oh, yeah. I mean...
And they were they like the popular kids, or they were just like
100%. I didn't go to like the fame high school.
Yeah,
no.
The way it sounds when you say
we just had 4 high schools in our district, and we had gotten like government money to start a magnet program for each school. So the school I went to, Clay High School, now closed. Now
closed, just like the rest of the Department of Education.
So bad. Was Fine and Performing Arts.
Okay.
Anyway, I went to that, but and I was in the drama department. I was well liked.
Okay.
I would say I was top middle of the pyramid.
Yeah.
I was not the top.
Yeah.
But I was trending in that direction.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The class, my class of 2010.
Man of 10.
Girl. So
yeah, I'd probably say it was middle top as well. Not socially, it feels like, because we didn't, like, if you ranked all the students in my school, just like overall, like if it was a survival show, I probably would not make it to the finals. But I would make it like halfway through the show.
Okay.
I would get to the original songs. I would get to Supercharger, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you would make finals, but you would not debut.
I don't think I would have made finals.
Really?
I don't think I would have made finals.
Okay. We would have been eliminated in Supercharger together.
I might have been eliminated before that round, to be honest, but...
Butterfly.
But I would have given a beautiful performance.
No,
I would have been cut that. So Hira goes in later to thank Kiyoi. This is months later, by the way.
Yeah.
We get a time jump. And Hira goes in to thank Kiyoi while he's like sleeping on the lockers to thank him for like
interrupting in the self-introduction, so he didn't
so he got the attention pulled off of him. It's a bit of a weird exchange. Kiyoi is the word I want to say mean.
He's not like insulting him. Yes, his group calls him studs or whatever.
Right.
So they're like making fun of his stutter. But it's not like he's like pushing him, putting him in a locker or whatever.
Right.
You know?
He's not. Well, I can't even say he's not bullying him because he does become their gopher.
Yeah.
And Hira himself acknowledges that he's the peasant for this
like
group.
Yeah.
That Kiyoi is like the president the king of.
Yeah.
And they use him as a gopher, so he goes, like, the first time they ever do anything is he reserves them a table at the diner. Mm-hmm. Then it starts to be that he goes and gets them the drinks all the time, da-da-da-da-da. So I was looking up, okay, so when we were watching the episode, gopher was spelled Gopher. And then I was typing it for my notes, and then I was like, wait,
it's gopher with a
PH?
Yeah.
Isn't that an animal?
Yeah.
So then I looked that up, and gopher the animal is PH. And then I looked up Gopher, and it's a person who runs errands.
Oh.
But then I was like, but I always thought, I just assumed that it comes from the animal. Like, it's like
interesting.
It's not.
It's not.
What do you think it's from?
Is it like Hoosier? It's like gopher?
Yes! That is literally it. It is American English.
Wow.
Yeah. Gopher. Go for that.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
That's my second thing I've taught everybody today. And maybe you already knew. So he like he's like running all these errands for the boys. He's like fully let's say at the very least developing a crush.
A crush on
Kiyoi.
Yeah.
Hard not to.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the stunning visuals of
Yagi
Yusei?
The hair, the facial structure.
I don't even usually like this hairstyle where it's like longer in the front and higher in the back.
It frames his face.
Oh my god, his lips, his face.
I know. It's
great. He's like so.
He looks like
a mask.
Yeah. He looks like a prince.
He looks like a prince.
Yeah.
I totally understand why someone would be like.
Yeah, anything you say.
Obsessed with him.
Yeah. And just like staring at him.
It's really funny for me to watch these type of shows though, because I am not inherent like I clearly married this person. I am not inherently attracted to this type of person. Mm-hmm. I think this is like a great fling whatever, but I am always like the cute, like nice, sweet. That's why I respond so much when we watch those
sweet
BLs.
Yeah, sweet BLs.
This is why I'm sitting here crying over Boys in Love every fucking week because Aston smiled with his little dimples. This is the energy.
Yeah.
But if I was in high school,
mm-hmm.
For sure.
For sure.
There was a boy that I did have a crush on all throughout high school. I will not name his name. I could. It doesn't matter. He's not watching this. But he had his little who knows. It was like a little upturn at the end, which I thought was very cute. And he was not cold, not mean.
Yeah.
But he was like, we never spoke.
Yeah.
I don't think we talked ever. I maybe said hi to him once. And he was on the tennis team.
Work.
That's probably the closest I've ever had to a crush on that type of person.
Of like, yeah, just kind of like observing.
It's weird though, because in gay relationships, I feel like this type, it's so interesting because the tsundere type, I feel like doesn't actually show up in gay relationships truly. It's such a straight trope that they're just putting on to a BL. Yeah. Because as soon as you make a gay person this energy, they become like, it becomes bitchy. Yeah. Now he's avoiding it because he is. Yeah. But like, I feel like I don't normally see this.
I'm sure there is. But yeah, you're totally right. Or it's like a daddy.
Adult.
Yes, I'm saying like adults. Like adults.
Like if a twink did this, I'd be like, you're a little, I would say some choice words.
Yeah.
I'm trying to watch my language nowadays. I'm trying to be a little better.
Other kids start calling him Stutz and try to make him their gopher. And Kiyoi says...
Yeah, so there's this like...
not mine.
So he goes to give him his money so they can go get vending machine drinks. Kiyoi always wants to drink a little ginger ale.
And you know what? Shout out to the upset stomach community.
Shout out to Seagrams.
Yes,
okay.
Honey.
And Canada Dry. He goes to get drinks. Meanwhile, in the classroom, there's like a pail of water that spills, like Jack and Jill. And the guy who spilled it is like, "Oh, Stutz, come over here and clean this up." Hey, I don't know why I made it from New York.
Yeah.
Hey, like a real New Yorker. And then Kiyoi is like, hey, go scratch. Go scratch.
Go scratch. Why don't you pick this up yourself?
You floozy.
Yeah.
And he does, because everyone respects Kiyoi.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun. And do you think that's coming to his defense? Because then he immediately is like, okay, go get the drinks.
I know. Yeah. I think it's more like territorial of like.
He's mine.
Yeah. You don't.
Now, where have we seen this kind of energy before?
It's like, you don't get to call him that word. Only I can.
Right. This is how I feel about making fun of Indiana. If you're not from Indiana, you cannot make fun of Indiana.
Yeah.
I had to live there. I can make fun of Indiana.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear these Illinois people talking about, oh, Indiana's so ugly. I'd be like, actually, it's gorgeous.
Actually, it's gorgeous.
Actually, it's stunning.
You clearly have never seen the Indiana Dunes.
He goes to get the drinks. He gives him too much money. So he has change.
So he's changed.
And now he's going to start building this collection of change. This is where it starts.
Yes. He is collecting the change that he gets from Kiyoi.
I already alluded to this, that I did watch Secret Crush on You, which people said is the tame.
Secret Crush on You is the camp version of what this is.
Correct.
Yeah.
And I will just say, if we are heading into a Secret Crush on You direction,
there's going to be a lobster.
There's going to be a lobster. There's going to be a ham hock. There's going to be a spare rib. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very that energy.
Right now, it's just coins.
And a photo. So he spots Kiyoi as he's taking photos outside.
Yeah.
He follows him to a dance
studio.
Excuse me.
Dance studio.
Artistic king.
Because during the diner scene earlier, he's like, yeah, my cousin like entered me in this like popularity idol
hot guy competition,
whatever. I don't really care.
So dumb.
And then he goes takes a dance class, and Hira is like, oh, he's trying to like appeal in the competition.
Right.
He must take it He must take it seriously than he says he is.
Well, this is the whole thing. This is the
cold.
Aloof. This is the exterior of like trying to appear like you don't care is actually very hard to maintain.
Yes, absolutely.
Because on some level, you're showing up to school with that hair every day. So we know you care enough to do your hair.
Yeah.
We know you care enough to buy these outfits, right? You're not just throwing all this on. You're not just rolling out of bed and strolling up to school.
Yeah.
There's a level of it's the equivalent of like what I picture at an English garden, right?
Okay.
An English garden versus a French garden. A French garden is like perfectly manicured. Mm-hmm. It's like pristine, where English gardens are like conventionally like ordered chaos. There's like a wild beauty about it, but there is like pruning and things that you do have to maintain. That's what I think about this, like this kind of trying to be cool.
Yes, the trying to be cool is actually methodical. Like he's thought about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So he catches him in the class. Kiyoi catches him watching, and he's like, "What the fudge?" That was close. I almost got myself. What the fudge, bro?
Yeah.
This is when I wrote down that he is a true tsundere. And they go and sit down. They're having this little conversation. This is when Hira reveals that he lives alone, because that's going to come up in the next episode. And then while he gives him his ginger ale and he's drinking it, he's so struck by Kiyoi's beauty
that he takes a
photo. Which from like 3.5 inches away.
Yeah.
With a DSLR.
Yeah.
It'd be very hard to take any photo from this vantage point and not get caught. But he like takes a full camera.
But I think he's like, it's the growing up alone, and it's just like no social awareness,
no social
right?
cues.
And so he just like, because his whole thing has been he is so beautiful.
Yes.
That he is drawn to just like boop.
Yep.
And Kiyoi is like, what the fish, bro?
Yeah, he freaks out.
Yeah, he's like, don't take a picture of me ever
again.
Don't
ever take a photo of me ever again.
Storms off.
That's it. Ooh.
And what does Hira do? Print. He says, straight to print, honey.
Can you read the last note that I wrote there? on episode 1?
He starts to begin to begin. He beginning to build the shrine and jerk off, I guess.
Can we say jerk off?
And pull the padge, I guess.
Oh no, that's worse.
Choke the chicken, I guess.
No, not that. That's for sure what's happening, right?
He is like looking at this photo. He's laying down and he is breathing heavily. And he's like,
the breathing is so loud.
He is watching the photo. He's looking at the... Give me a damn photo. He is looking at Andy Beyond's photo and is like, Andy. Hides, breathing heavily. Hides under the sheets.
Mm-hmm.
End.
Oh, so for sure.
Yeah.
We go into episode 2.
Reading.
Oh, you're going to do some light reading while I talk?
Yeah. A reading from the book of Andy. Ooh.
Kiyoi does not want people to know he cares about winning the Hawkeye contest. This is what we just said, that Hira has deduced. Summer break is coming. And so the boys are trying to figure out where they're going to hang out. Hira's a little upset because that summer break means obviously he's not going to see Kiyoi anymore.
Every day, yeah.
And then they decide out of nowhere, because I guess they've been kicked out of the diner. The diner is not allowing them in anymore because they're teens.
They're teens and they're disgusting.
Kiyoi is like, oh, we can go to Hira's place. His place is free. Alone. He lives alone. So they just decide to do that. So now he has
But she lets, because he's like, oh, this is my way to like still see Kiyoi. But he's like, he's living like a fucking... He's living like a latch.
He lives like a teenage boy.
Yeah,
I was going to say, like, wait. Like, no, that's just...
Yeah.
This is just correct.
Yeah.
It's gross. There's...
As it should be.
There's clothes everywhere. There's food everywhere. There's laundry up. Yeah. He finally is like cleaning the house for the first time, probably since his parents moved left. Out.
Yep.
I can only imagine the scents in there.
Yeah. But listen, like it's just open. Like these like old homes. They're just kind of like open. So
so he gets the house ready. They come over. He's like tending, he's the hostess with the mostest. He's tending to their needs. He's offering the ginger ale that he bought explicitly for Kiyoi. Explicitly and exclusively.
Yeah.
And implicitly for Kiyoi. But the other guys are just annoying.
They're just annoying.
They're just so irritating.
Yeah. I don't want to do any of this.
One of them says something to Kiyoi that makes him think that Hira may have revealed that he's taking these dance classes.
Mm-hmm.
So he confronts Hira in his bedroom. He sits on his bed.
Oop. Which makes him remember...
On his
crusty bed. Because he's like, do you mind if I sit here? And like he immediately remembers, oh, yep, that's... Yeah, so he like hides the photo. And he asks if he had alluded to them that he is doing the dance class. Yeah. And he's like, no, I haven't told anyone.
No.
And he's like, why not? And he said, because you told me not to.
Because I listen to every word you say.
It's kind of giving My Personal Weatherman.
It's very much... That's what I mean.
The romance genre of like unyielding, just I will do anything you say.
What's better than a person who wants to be told what to do and the person who wants to tell people what to do?
Yeah.
It's a match made in heaven.
Literally.
So it's I think it's Hanabi? I think it's the Japanese fireworks festival.
Oh, okay.
That's my guess as to why they decide to do these
Listen, I play Persona, honey, you know.
And in order to Persona, Mama, Animal Crossing.
Oh, that's true. Yes, yukatas and everything,
honey. I'm sorry. Dobutsu no Mori. So they decide to invite over the girls.
3 girls.
3 girls, because obviously if they even allude to the fact that Kiyoi's there, they're gonna come.
And they did.
But then they come, and then they're all draped over Kiyoi, and the other boys are like, I can't believe they're just talking to him.
I guess that was the risk of telling everyone that Kiyoi's here, because I guess they're here, but they're just talking.
He's so hot. What am I gonna do about it? Okay. So they decide that they're gonna do daytime fireworks. They're doing little sprinklers. They're having a little fun time. And everybody decides that it's time to go get ice cream and drinks. So obviously they're gonna send
gopher.
So obviously they're gonna send the gopher, the person whose home this is, which is crazy to me.
Yeah.
So he goes to go. They draw matches. And Kiyoi is the one who is also supposed to help.
But then the girls are like, "No, Kiyoi, don't leave."
So they
make their girlfriend
Kurata.
Yeah, who is just a girl with glasses.
A girl with glasses. The homely one.
Apparently.
The homely
and they're like,
girl.
"Oh, you should go with her. She's also inept like you in social
also
situations."
Full yukata.
Yeah. So. Very sweet. Hira was like, I don't want a girl to go with me because it'll be uncomfortable to walk and carry all that in a yukata. And so everyone's like, ooh, Hira's chivalrous.
He just didn't want her to go with him because he's not in. Because he's like, he doesn't want to lead this girl on.
Did you not see what happened at the end of episode 1, girl?
Hello.
So he just goes on his own.
So he goes on his own. He is thinking about how stunning and gorgeous Kiyoi is.
Yeah.
And do you remember what he says in his little head monologue about how his antenna reacts
only
to Kiyoi?
Kiyoi? His oingo boingo activates. His boingo hotspot.
Mama.
Crazy. They're crazy over there. They're just saying what they want to say, honey.
They're saying anything they want to say.
They just say what they want to say. Oh, wait. No, that's...
that was what do you want from me?
Yes. I was going to say it you want to say, and let the sleigh out on a sleigh. I want to see you sleigh.
Stupid. And then all of a sudden, Kiyoi shows up. And he's like, well, I'm going to help you, obviously. He convinces him to ride in tandem. So,
yes, he makes...
Hira rides the bike.
Hira ride? Wait.
Well, this is why I was like...
Do you drive a bike?
Pedals the bike.
Run the bike?
Operates.
He operates the bike.
Operates the bike?
He's the bike operator.
He's the bike... Well, famously what bicyclists are called. Bike operators.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And...
and
Kiyoi rides on the back.
Yes.
It's mostly voiceover. It's mostly
voiceover.
The show is mostly voiceover.
Yes. It's mostly voiceover of Hira being like...
I bet I can see his like annoyed expression, but you see the audience can see that he does not have an annoyed expression. In fact,
he's smiling.
The point of me bringing up this bike shot is just to talk
gorgeous.
about how stunning this bike shot is.
Yeah.
We get this long tracking shot.
Long tracking shot
of just them following next to them on the bike.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It's
so pretty.
So pretty.
It's like probably the last shot I feel like from a BL that I was like, oh, inspired by was like in Not Me, the when they were on the
flag.
No.
Oh.
When they were on just like a beauty shot of this was like when they had the rooftop kiss scene and there was like it was golden hour.
Yes.
And it was all really pretty. Yes. Like that level of just like perfect. No notes. They do get caught by the police on the bike and punished.
Like, hey, no tandem riding.
And punished at the school.
Yes.
So they have to clean.
So
this happens immediately, I'm realizing.
Yeah.
I'm realizing as I'm saying it in this moment, they get sent straight to school to clean.
I don't know if it's the same day. I think it's another day.
It has to be the same day because it has to be, right?
No, I think it's a different day.
But they go back and they have fireworks. At the end.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I think it's the same day.
Okay, then I guess it is the same day.
Here we go. Everybody loves Adam and RJ talking about the timelines.
Yeah.
So they go to school. They go to the school to clean.
Clean, like, school, sports stuff like basketball.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And they start
to play.
They play in the spray.
Playing the game.
Playing the spray. While they're playing in the spray,
they get way up.
They get wet. And Kiyoi still teasing Hira, who reveals that Kiyoi is too beautiful.
Yeah.
Verbatim calls him too beautiful.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, you're so annoying with that. But not like, that's freaking weird, bro.
Yeah, his reaction isn't, ew, gross.
It's like, you keep saying that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Which I think now is the seeds are being planted that he likes the attention. Especially since we've revealed, like, he does care about this idol contest or whatever.
Right. The other thing that I think is really interesting is there's this moment, I don't know if you remember this, but there's a moment where Kiyoi tells him that he doesn't want him to call him with the honorific kun. Because Hira is a guy.
Yes.
What do you think is the reason? Because I looked it up.
Oh.
What kun means.
Is it, like, cute?
Somebody's going to correct me if I'm wrong, totally, and that's fine, because I'm taking a shot in the dark. Based on this, what I'm about to read you, I think that Hira is older than Kiyoi.
Oh.
Kun is generally used by people of senior status addressing or referring to those of junior status, or it can be used when referring to men in general, male children, or male teenagers, or among male friends.
So it's like calling... Okay.
It can be used by men or women when addressing a man to whom they are emotionally attached or whom they have known for a long time. Although it may seem rude in workplaces, the suffix is also used by seniors when referring to juniors in both academic situations and workplaces, more typically when the two people are associated.
There's like there's a little bit of like it's not to the same extent as like the Spanish adding ito or ita, making it like baby, but it's that same kind of like, you're my little Kiyoi. I think there's a little bit of that.
Either he's upset because either it bugs him because it reinforces this idea of their age difference, but I don't know if that's it, because I don't know if young male friends, that's part of it.
Yeah.
So then my guess is that it's about the emotional attachment, which seems like it's like,
we're not close that way.
We're not close in that way.
But he says it's weird hearing it from a guy. So I wonder if
it's weird that he says it because he's a guy.
Because he's a guy. So I wonder if, like, in the context, like, it should be like an older female that's like says it to a younger guy that she likes, maybe. Kind of like in Korean, there's like the oppa. And
I don't think it's that specific, because there's like a longer description from what I was reading that was also talking about like, you can use it for women and it is respectful, but it's not super common because chan or san is used most often, but it's not like male exclusively. So it's kind of like in this weird in between. I'm curious why, like,
why
somebody tell
the
me,
reasoning he said.
I'm curious. It stood out so much to me that I was like, there's something for sure that I'm missing because I don't speak Japanese, obviously. But I thought it was interesting because it even without knowing it, I was like, oh, well, that's. I don't necessarily know what it means, but I know he's bringing it up, which means he's like thinking about. He's thinking about them being more than what this is. Totally. Yeah. Anyway. They go back home after playing in the water. I loved this water scene. And
a Station of the Cross now, I believe. I don't think we've... Well, like, didn't they play in the water? Not me? Like,
what water? Was there water in Not Me? Wasn't the world a desert? Wasn't that the whole thing?
I think they were like, when they were like washing.
No, they were playing in the Bitterant.
Bitterant. It was the oil. He threw oil on him, remember? And they were like kind of roughhousing, and they were like oil or black paint or something. and then like
who? Which characters?
Black, nay, white, and
nay, my maiden name.
Afghan were doing it. They were like playing in like black paint or like oil, and he was like in the garage, and then like it was like one of the first ones that were like roughhousing. Wow.
Oh my god!
That I was like, oh, is this technically like playing in the water? Anyway.
Well, that doesn't count.
Okay, playing in the water as like
I don't think it's been in any of the show. Okay, so we've watched Sixth Sense. I don't think it had. I mean, they surfed,
so the whole thing is water. Yeah.
Cherry Magic definitely didn't have it. What other Only Friends didn't?
Wait, they did. They did play in the water,
didn't they? Didn't he spray? They like, and then he threw him in the pool, didn't he?
In the fight, yes, he like pushed him in the pool, but they played like water, like extreme water sports.
I don't want to know what they did. That's disgusting. It's for sure a station. I actually have decided, I was writing these notes and I was like, I need to have a document of the station.
I know, we do.
We're very bad at this.
We are really
bad at our job.
Yeah, we are. We need like an actual tome of what the stations of the
we should make a book. Or something.
A PDF?
A book.
An ebook.
A book.
I want it bound, honey.
I want it bound. History 3 Trapped? No.
Yes. Because there's the pool. There's a pool. And they were like playing in it was Andy
and yes. It was
Yes.
Yep.
Because the sister walks in and was like, oh, so we're just fucking playing in the pool.
In Secret Relations, they're splashing blood all over each other, which is like a similar kind of. It's more of a viscous water. Yeah. So they enjoy nighttime fireworks together. Mm-hmm. Kiyoi lit by these like the shots of Kiyoi,
the night fireworks. It's. I would love to spend summer in Japan because I'm sure it's hot as fuck, but it's just
that's what they say. But then I'm like, I don't know, is it?
I don't know. I just said I want to go because I can find out.
I don't think it's
just because it like the summer festivals like they look so fun.
They look
you get to wear
stunning.
You get to wear these yukatas and you get to eat your little fish breads.
Yep. And we end the episode with Hira acknowledging to Kiyoi, there's something I like even more.
And he takes his photo again.
And
Kiyoi.
Well, there's a moment where earlier in the episode where he's like, I need to get headshots taken or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Hira's like, I could take them for you, or is like going to suggest that, but then remembers that Kiyoi was adamant that he should never take his photo again, so he was like, well, maybe I won't. So that's gonna sure come back.
For sure gonna come back. I think because of this competition.
Sure.
He's like, yeah, they want me to have more pictures, but photographers are so expensive these days. Okay. Nowadays. Adam, what do you think? I'm hooked. But listen, I will watch a JBL. I will watch every JBL.
I love the easy breezy.
I love it.
Not even easy, but just like they move.
Yeah.
They just move.
Yeah.
Who's your MVP?
I mean, it's either Kiyoi or Hira. I'll pick Hira for this one for now because we looked up pictures of him and he is very cute and attractive, and so this performance is so like, wow, he's really putting on this like doofy, scared, like
he like almost can't walk.
Yeah,
it's so strange.
He like runs every time he runs the errands, like physically running.
Yeah.
You can have Kiyoi.
I guess I'll give it to to Kiyoi.
Listen, when you are doing a great job in a BL when the first minute you see a character, one of the romantic leads, and you, like the other character, are also just like, oh my god.
I wonder if there's a BL or like even like a straight drama where the like a similar thing where it's a tsundere, but I feel like whenever there is that trope, it's always from the one who likes that perspective.
Would love a tsundere point of view.
Yeah, because like I think that would be so
Very
hard.
interesting, yeah.
Because you as the audience member have to like this character that you don't really know. Like, the reason you like a tsundere is because the trope, we hear the person thinking about them being like, he's so attractive.
Yeah.
Which is informing the audience, you're also supposed to believe he's attractive, whatever. Yeah. Obviously, you can have your own opinions. But, like, so much of who they are is enforced narratively by what the main character thinks about them. So, like, if you were to flip it and have the main character be that trope, would it be harder to like them, or would you get the interior monologues of like, oh my god, I'm so nervous, I hope people think I'm cool? Which would be really funny.
Yeah. Stay tuned, honey, because we'll be watching more My Beautiful Man here on our patreon.com/boysloveboyslove. We are watching 3 days of BL, 4 days of Idol. We're on appointment scheduling, honey.
Honey, we're appointment television.
We're appointment television now, honey. So if you are interested, we're watching this.
We're watching this. We're watching Your Sky.
Your Sky, and we're watching a new show.
And we're watching a new show starting next week.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Which is currently being voted upon.
Yeah. And then if you're an Idol fan, we're watching Idol content, and we're watching Boys 2 Planet very soon. So very excited. Come join us over there. Patreon.com/boysloveboyslove. Adam, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, as always.
And we'll see you next time here on Boys Love, Boys Love.